everyone, I'm Esther. In this video, I will introduce the future simple tense using will and be going to. This is a very important tense that will help you express future actions and plans. There's a lot to learn, so let's get started. The future simple tense can be used to express a future action. Let's take a look at some examples. I'm cold. Well, that's right now. I will close the window. We start with the subject, will, and then the base verb. I will close the window. In this example, I'm making a sudden decision because how I feel right now. I will close the window because I'm cold right now. I will be at the library tomorrow. Again, you start with the subject and then will. After that, you have the base verb. You can use the be verb to talk about a confirmed plan. I will be at the library tomorrow. The economy will get better next year. In this case, the subject is the economy. Again, we follow with will and the base verb get. The economy will get better next year. I'm making a prediction here about something that will happen in the future. And finally, I will help you with your homework. I'm making a future plan to help you. I will help you with your homework. It doesn't say when, but I am talking about the future. Let's move on. You can also use be going to express a future action. It's almost the same as will. Here are some examples. There's no milk. I'm going to buy some. So what you see here is the subject and then the be verb am. I am. And then here we used a contraction, I'm. I'm going to buy some. I made a decision to buy some because there's no milk. The next sentence says, it looks like it's going to snow tomorrow. Here, the subject is it, and so I use the be verb is. It is. It's is the contraction. It's going to, and then we use the base verb, snow. The word tomorrow shows that this is a future action. He's going to take a trip in the summer. Because the subject is he, we use the be verb is, and we can use the contraction he's. He is or he's going to, and then the base verb take. Take a trip in the summer. Again, an action happening in the future. Let's move on. Now, let's take a look at the negative form of the future simple tense. The first example says, Stan will not like his English score. No matter what the subject is, we follow with will not and then the base form of the verb. Stan will not like his English score. We won't give you money anymore. In this case, the subject is we, and we follow with the contraction won't. It sounds really different, and it's different from other contractions, but won't is the contraction for will not. So you can say we will not or we won't. They're the same. We won't give you money anymore. Again, you notice the base verb give after not. He is not going to fly until next week. This sentence uses be going to. The subject is he, and therefore the be verb we use is. However, we put a not after the be verb. He is not going to, and then the base verb. He is not going to fly until next week. The last sentence says, you are not going to go to the party tonight. The subject is you, and so we use the be verb are. You are not going to go, that's the base verb, to the party tonight. Let's move on. Now, let's take a look at how to form basic questions in the future simple tense. The first sentence says, he will play with us. To turn this into a question, all we have to do is change the order of the first two words. So he will becomes will he. Will he play with us? The next sentence says, he is going to play with us. This one uses be going to. The subject is he, and so the be verb to use is. Then we have going to and then the base verb. He is going to play with us. When I make a question, I simply again change the order of the first two words. Is he going to play with us? Now, if the subject were to be you or we or they, we would say they are. And so the question would say, are they? Are they going to play with them, for example? So again, remember, for will in the future simple tense, just say will, subject, and then the base form of the verb. However, for be going to questions, make sure that you pay attention to the proper be verb to use at the beginning of the question. To answer the first question, will he play with us? You can say, yes, he will, or no, he won't. Is he going to play with us? You can say, yes, he's going to, or no, he isn't going to. Let's move on. Let's look at how to form WH questions in the future simple tense. If you notice, each question begins with a WH word. Who, when, where, and what. The first two sentences use will for the future simple tense. Who will win the game? To answer, I can say, my team will win the game. When will they arrive? They will arrive in 2 hours. Now, these two sentences have be going to. Where is he going to study? In this case, I have the be verb is because the subject is he. Where is he going to study? I can say he is going to study at the library. And finally, what are you going to do? In this case, I use the be verb are because the subject is you. What are you going to do? I am going to take a shower. Let's move on. Great job, everyone. You now have a better understanding of the future simple tense. There's still a lot of practice you need to do because this tense is so important. Keep studying and I'll see you in the next video.